me playing music and putting our record out.
We met, Sprout and I, our brothers were very good friends in elementary school, so we met like 100 million years ago.
We've known each other literally forever. We all went away to colleges at different places and kind of like made our way back to New York at different points in time. Julie transferred to NYU and was living in New York for part of college. Spiro graduated from Oberlin and then moved back to New York, and then I followed after I finished at Vassar. And we, we were kind of like looking for jobs, doing different things in New York, all following different kind of dead-end paths that we weren't really feeling, and we decided to start a band.
I always like to talk about how I feel like we were really lucky kind of coming of age, like in the 90s, like we did when we were in high school. Like there was so much good music, and it was all really mainstream at the time. Like you could put on the radio, as I'm sure you recall, and you could hear Nirvana, Pearl Jam, De La Soul, the Beastie Boys, and they all had hits. Like they were on the mainstream radio, which Green Day, they had huge hits, an amazing band, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and all of it. So we were listening to all of that, and Cypress Hill, like it was all kind of mingling together, and I think that our music really reflects that. And obviously there's a lot of artists from before then, like that our parents listened to, and also old school hip hop artists that that we love, and there's also a lot of new stuff that we love. But I always like to think that time when we were kind of like young and formative years really like made a big stamp on our music now.
I think definitely in the beginning we were completely goofing around and joking, but as soon as we started actually playing around with the notion of what it would be like to be a band of 3 female MCs, we kind of quickly realized that it was actually a great idea and quite fun and very entertaining for the people around us. All of our friends got a kick out of it, and so we kind of just kept doing it. I think we all would hope that our career could look like something like the Beastie Boys. I mean, they're still doing it after all these years, and their music has changed and kind of transformed as they have grown and their audience has grown, and I think it's really interesting. And Ad Rock was kind enough to produce 2 tracks on this new record, which is amazing. It was obviously certainly a lifelong dream of mine.
At the Voodoo Festival in New Orleans the year before Katrina, and the Beastie Boys were headlining, and we were playing on another stage, not that stage, and he rode in a golf cart over to our stage to watch our set, which was really awesome. He was really cool the first time we met him, but then when he did that, it meant so much to us.
Went out of his way.
We ended up doing a remix for our last album, All City. He remixed a song that we had recorded with Pete Rock, that Ad Rock loves. And the label we were with at the time, Columbia, didn't even want to use the remix. We were like, we have this great remix from King Ad Rock. Like, do you guys want to put out a 12-inch? They were like, nah, who needs it? And we were like, that's completely insane. So then we were like, well, Adam, then we had the embarrassing task of being like, sorry, Adam, but we just want to use your remix.
We don't know, nothing's happening with it.
But would you be interested in, we're going to leave them in our dust and start recording a new album. Would you be interested in working on that? And he was like, totally.
And here we have a Beastie Boy showing up at the studio to hang with us and record and screw around, and he was pretty hilarious. He tells great stories, and I think he really helped to push us to really feel free to act as silly as we wanted on the songs, and to really challenge us to push it to the next level and come up with stuff that's kind of sillier and goofier than we've done, and I think it works. I think the 2 songs we did with him came out really funny, and it's a lot of inside jokes that everyone's welcome to join in on, and he's very he helped to push us in that direction.
It's ironic because we spent so long trying to be taken seriously as a hip hop band, and now we're we've morphed into
evolving.
It's
your 3rd album.
And now everybody's kind of this hip hop thing, blah blah blah. It's like they're reviewing it like
suddenly we're being criticized for not being
hip hop enough,
Whereas on the whole front end, it was you're not allowed to be hip hop because you're white females from Long Island. But now it's your hip hop record isn't hip hop enough.
Yeah,
you know what?
It's
we're not trying to do anything. We're just trying to
do your own thing.
We're just trying to do us.